So today the Florida Realtors released their January report for single-family home sales in Florida, and I'm going to be going over some of these numbers for you briefly. So the amount of sales were up compared to last year, 18%, so about a fifth. This is slightly down from December, but that's pretty normal. You'll see that typically we have a bit of a drop-off from December to January every year, so that is not alarming. The amount of transactions that were paid in cash also increased. However, as a percentage of the total amount of transactions, it's actually down just very slightly. And overall, from all of 2020, we actually were down 4.3% in the entire year. So it's actually not too bad. Median sales price was up to $305 compared to January of last year at $265. It's also a slight pullback from December of last year, and again, that's normal for the summer and winter months for us to see a little bit of a pullback in the median sales price. Now, our average sales price is actually much heavier, and this is largely due to a lot more activity in the luxury market in the $1 million plus category. We had a lot more sales recently, and that definitely skewed up the average sales price. Now, these greater number of sales at a higher sales price led to a much higher dollar volume, a 48% increase in dollar volume, just shy of $10 billion, which is pretty impressive. And this is our sale to list ratio, or listed here as the median percent of original list price received. What this basically is the ratio of what was actually paid for the property compared to what it was listed at. And it inching up to 98.4 is just indicative of a seller's market. This is common to see whenever there's low inventory and there's less negotiation that can be had on the buyer's behalf. There are a couple things that go into that. The realtor's ability to negotiate, number one, but also the realtor's skill when opining on the price based on the comparable sales. But it is common to see this increase higher when it's a seller's market and drop a little bit lower when it's a buyer's market. Alright, next for the median time to contract and time to sale, there were a drop off on both. A much more significant drop off in the median time to contract. Actually, it's half of the amount of time to contract. Typically, when you see a widening in these two, it's because there's less cash offers to be had. However, in this particular case, there's still plenty of cash offers, as mentioned earlier. However, there's just that much more demand. So these transactions are going to contract much sooner. And that demand can be seen here in these new pending sales. We're 16% higher this year from January of last year. That's it's typical to see an increase in January of new pending sales as well as new listings. Once the holidays are over, people are ready to go ahead and make the move either to list their property, go ahead and put in their offers on property they're interested in purchasing. This actually isn't so great to see, a 10% drop off in new listings. This has a lot to do with the amount of uncertainty that there is. Everyone's kind of waiting to see what's going to happen next week, next month, and they're hesitant to go ahead and list their properties. But while people are waiting to see what's going to happen before they list their property to sell, people are definitely still interested in buying. You see that in the pending inventory, 30%, 37% increase on that. And like I've been saying for a while, inventory and the month supply of it, we are less than half of what we were last year, and that's it's pretty significant. We are 1.6 months. It's just barely over 6 weeks worth of inventory, meaning that if these new listings, 28,000, if that number were 0, it would just take 6 weeks for us to have nothing to buy, regardless of how much cash you have or how much you'd really be willing to spend for it. So this is definitely going to be something we're going to want to watch. Alright everyone, that pretty much wraps it up. If this was helpful to you, go ahead and let me know by liking it, send it to a friend, somebody who you think would appreciate it. Until next time, stay safe and take care. Bye guys.